Hey guys, welcome back. So today we're talking about how to tell if you're doing okay. As with all my videos so far, this is something that I have a lot of experience with asking myself. And so I figured I'd make a video about it because at some point or another, especially if you're in your 20s like I am, a lot of my friends and I have this running joke that we're all like, but are we actually doing okay? Like, are we actually on track? And it's something that I think about because we want so badly to put ourselves in like this cookie cutter format. We all feel like it would be so much easier if there was a specific rubric of things that we're supposed to do at certain ages. And to an extent, depending on your culture, depending on where you're from, we do have those like societal beliefs, right? Like by 30, we should be married, or by 35, we should have a kid, or we should have a certain type of job or a certain amount of income at a certain age or by a certain point in our life. And I've dealt with challenging those beliefs and trying to stop comparing myself to that, and it's really hard. And I see a lot of my friends and my colleagues and clients particularly like struggling with that as well. Some things to consider. If you're watching this video, if you're trying to figure out if you're doing okay, if you're on track for your age range, for who you are, for where you come from, etc., you're probably doing okay. This is something that I have to keep in mind, and this is something that I have to tell my clients. If you are actively trying to figure out if you're on track and if you're doing the right thing at the right time, or if you're going at the right pace, or if you're moving fast enough, if you're growing, if you're making progress, you are most likely making progress. Because even if you're not seeing it come back to you in a concrete physical way, the act of trying to learn more is progress in itself. So in my opinion, the only true way to know if you're doing okay for you is to create standards only for yourself and stop holding yourself to other people's standards. Because doing that is the same as going into a dressing room and trying on someone else's swimsuit and getting angry at yourself that it doesn't fit. It's not your swimsuit. It's like the complete wrong size. So here's your homework. If you're trying to redefine your standards for whether or not you're doing okay, I want you to make a list of the minimum output of effort you're allowed to do every day. So whether that looks like at least 1 hour of physical activity, one thing for your emotional health, one thing for your mental health, drinking X amount of water, maybe doing one thing to move your side hustle or your passion project forward, having one meaningful conversation with a loved one or a friend. And that way you can look back at this list and say, okay, I moved myself forward X amount this week, so I can let these negative thoughts go on their way. I can thank my anxiety for trying to protect me and trying to make me work harder, but it's all done and I can let it go now. I hope that's helpful.